What's up, my guy? This dude is the best. Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate you, homie. All right, let's get started. Oh, man. We're gonna do through 4 sets of 15 minutes. And a 3-minute break in between. I'm just really gonna get my legs jumping today. Let's go, Marshall. What's up, Philip? How you doing today? How was your workout? You get a good workout in today? What up, Maggie? Hope y'all having a blessed one. Same to you, Maggie. I hope you're doing good. Do a jump rope today. Gotta make sure we keep it exciting and do the same thing every day. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you could have excited you. But not this guy. I gotta do other shit. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You know how it is. Every day, sir, today, I am freaking tired. Yeah. But you're here. Haven't jumped since 1999. Nice. That's awesome. Ooh, man. Push-ups, squats, inverted rows, basic stuff. Nice. Rock on, Maggie. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, my leg has been feeling pretty, like, it's been feeling like it's on the mend. And so I wanted to do something springy that I felt like I could do, and it wasn't going to be too much burden for my knee to bear. So, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I jumped on the trampoline, and it felt perfectly fine. So I figured maybe if I just do like plyometric stuff for my legs, like that should just be what I do for a little while. Man, I drank some water. I'm starting to get a cramp. Bro, I'm tired. Yeah, no, I get it. I have to mute my TV over here. There we go. Oh my God, I'm gonna do this for 15 minutes and 15 minutes and 15 minutes and fuck a doodle do. My legs. It's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's good stuff. How many squats do you usually do, Philip? I've been overdoing it a little lately. Yeah, Philip. How many squats do you usually do? What kind of squats do you do? Do you do these weight? Do you just do body squats? I am in the Chesapeake community. I like to use the deck of pain for my daily training. So 400 bodyweight squats, 400 push-ups. Damn! How long did it take for you to build up to that? Or did you just go straight off the bat, but sometimes 200? How long did it take for you to build up to that? Unweighted. 400 body squats. Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. I was doing 300 body squats and 300 lunges when I hurt my knee. And I was clearly doing too much. 1 year? No, that makes sense. Because I just went balls to the wall. I was like, fuck it. Like, I started with like 100 squats and then I was like 150 and then like, but I did it really fast, rapid, and I think I just overdid it. So like I didn't give myself the time necessary to build up to that. Which I've definitely learned my lesson now. I don't want to, yeah, lunges are hard, dude. That was what did it for me. It was the freaking lunges. But I've learned my lesson. I'm gonna build up to some shit. Especially with my legs, because I want to hike the Appalachian Trail, so I need my legs to be strong for that. So I can't afford to not take care of my legs. So that's awesome. 400 squats. That's great. It's day 50. 50 in a row. Sweet. I like it. Woo. If you were in the gym and seen a man perving on a woman, as she squats and even gets his phone out, and starts filming her without her permission. What would you report it or not? Yes, I would. I think I'd also go up to the girl and be like, hey, do you know that guy? Like, I saw him, he was like looking at you. I didn't know if it was like some joke or something like that, or like if he's like your hubby or whatnot, but like, if not, then I mean, I'm gonna report it. I'd probably talk to her too, because I mean, like, couples are weird, man. Like, they'll play creepy games with each other sometimes. So, there's that too, but like, yeah, definitely something I would, if they're not together, I'd absolutely put his face and name on like a watch list or something, you know what I mean? Thanks for answering. So you would step up in some way. Yeah, in some way, yeah. I'd probably like try and talk to her first. And then like, if they don't know each other, I'd probably report it. There are weirdos like this out there. And that is true too. Yes, there are. There are freaking weirdos out there. Crazy. Yeah, dude. Everywhere, unfortunately. Yeah. Yep. It's good to see you all. Man, what was up with that kid yesterday? Piccolo? God damn. I like had to talk with Rachel about it, and I'm just like, yeah, I honestly think I'm just kind of not gonna feed into him as much anymore. It's like he really just bulldozed the entire conversation. And so like, if I just don't respond to him, like as much, I don't just read his comments, I kind of just ignore his comments from time to time. I'm not gonna ignore every comment, but that kid just bulldozed the conversation the whole time. It's like, oh, come on, kid. Maggie, where are you from, if I may ask? Brother, if you have to live or work with someone with really bad body odor, but he was sensitive and you didn't want to upset him, would you say something or not? I don't know. That is, so that's something that doesn't necessarily pertain to me, because I may not be able to answer that. So I used to have epilepsy when I was a kid. I had a condition known as febrile seizures. Every time I had a fever that broke like 100 degrees, I'd have a seizure. And I don't have a very strong sense of smell. Like, I technically have a sense of smell because I wouldn't be able to taste. And I could taste just fine if you didn't have a sense of smell. But, doctors were like, yeah, it's kind of like a common thing that when you have epilepsy, you don't have, like, it like fries the connective neurons between your nasal passageways in your brain. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not like highly affected by smell. People can smell like shit and I wouldn't know, So I don't know. Maybe Maggie can help with that. Would you tell somebody, Maggie, if they smelled like shit at the gym? Thanks for answering. I would appreciate it. I wouldn't say anything because I don't think it's necessary. I would ignore the smell. Maggie, cold, cloudy, and expensive. Did I see a Swiss flag? Was that a Swiss flag for you, Philip? I had a friend in high school who had epilepsy. She couldn't smell anything either. Yeah, it's a thing. So I mean, like, I don't know when my clothes smell like shit. I have to get like Rachel to like tell me when I smell. So honestly, if like it's a person who does not have a sense of smell, you might be doing them a favor. Whenever anybody says I smell like shit, I'm just like, well, I don't know because I don't have a sense of smell. I used to have epilepsy, and usually they're like, oh, sorry. And it kind of gets them off my back. Nice. Swiss. Cool. It's where they invented the Swiss Army knife and Swiss cheese. I actually have no idea. Yeah, she does. She does the sniff test for me. I'll like throw clothes at her and be like, what does it smell like? And she says she likes my smell. So like, I don't know if that doesn't really help me. I'm only a foreigner in Switzerland. What are you from, the States? At 4 o'clock, I have to go to the hair salon to pick up hair trimmings from the day. My wife uses it for her cat art portfolios that she sells at the flea market. What in the fuck? Random. Never seen this person before. What's up, Tin Rag? Interesting little addition to the conversation there. Cat art portfolios. That's crazy. Now I'm embarrassed. Why would you be embarrassed? Whoops, that was not for you. Nice. Awesome. That's great. No, thanks for letting us know, Tin Rag. Subscribe to the channel and come back. We want to talk more about these cat art portfolios or portraits. Half German, half I'm uncultured swine. What is that flag? Based in Switzerland. I know that's a German flag. Oh, man. Maybe Maggie knows it. Let's go. That's a quiz. Well, now you have a glimpse into my world. Nice. I had an epic lint collection day at the town's laundromat. Oh, dear God. Got 2.7 pounds of lint, an unclaimed pair of Nike socks, and 3 gel fingernails. Oh my God. What an interesting, like, hobby / business. Like, you said she sells them? So yeah, that's like a business. That's crazy. I'm actually curious to see, like, what her artwork looks like. Yeah, like, oh, gross. That's awesome. What if it's like really good? I'm very curious now. You gotta like come back and show us a picture or something. You know? You gotta like show us like Like, what's your favorite piece that she's done? You gotta like show us. You know? I really want to know. That's crazy. I started these weird hobbies when I inherited my grandmother's toenail collection. No, dude, no. This is not real. No, no. Her toenail collection, over 400 trimmings. My wife uses them for baby rattles and back scratches. Enjoy your workout, dude. No, no. Oh my God. I wonder how many calories that burns per minute. Baby rattles. That's crazy, dude. That is insane. Insanely awesome. I need to see this. You need to come back with pictures, bruh. I want to see. I want to see your grandma's toenails. That's crazy, bruh. That's hilarious. Thanks for stopping by. That's awesome. Wow. Wow. That's like the highlight of my day right there. Be sure to come back tomorrow, please. Yeah, with pictures. What the heck, dude? That's crazy. Well, I enjoyed that. That was fun. With pictures and videos, yeah. Like a video of her actually like putting it together, and like I want to see the collection. I just want to see like a giant bowl of toenails, and he's like putting his hand through it, like, see, look, and it's just like coming out of his hand, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Damn, no. Yeah, what the fuck, bro? Oh my God. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. My life is complete. Yeah. I think my life is just undone. That's awesome. I can rest now. Yo, what up, Benit? What's up? Yeah, I need to take a nice Epsom salt bath after this. I feel like my leg is definitely working. And probably by the end of this, my knee is going to be like worn out. The muscles around my knee, I should say. And probably my left ankle kind of already feels it. I usually don't do a whole hour of jump rope. I usually just do a max of 15 minutes. So, it's a jump rope day. I guess you could say cardio. I really wanted to go jump on the trampoline, but it's raining outside. So I have to stay inside or, you know, do inside stuff or whatever. And I guess I could go jump on the trampoline and get all wet. But I wouldn't be able to bring you guys with me because the phone would get all ruined. That's like set up like an umbrella thing. Nah, I'm just gonna wait until it stops raining. Hopefully next Thursday I can jump on the trampoline. That's what I want to do. An outdoor trampoline stream would be awesome on a nice day. See you guys. Over and out. Adios, Philip. Why you have a trampoline? That's cool. Yeah. So I did do a stream on a trampoline on a Thursday, trampolining, like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. But yeah. I was like doing flips and stuff. It was awesome. I landed on my butt a whole bunch of times. It was great. You missed it. You missed it, Maggie. You missed it. But there'll be another one. I love trampolining, so for sure, when it's nicer out, you'll see a whole bunch of trampolining videos, live streams, whatever. Yeah, true. Hopefully next Thursday I can do one. That would be nice. I'm also trying to set up the climbing session, but I'd like to, instead of just like climbing trees, which I have like a couple of trees in my yard, which I could climb, but, and I feel like that wouldn't be too hard to stream that. But I'd very much like to have a session where I'm actually at a climbing gym and I have a friend doing the camera for me. I feel like that would be nice. jump rope, jump rope. Yeah, jump rope, jump rope. What's up, Sanji? How you doing, man? Ooh, maybe I shouldn't do that. I think I will make you a moderator, Maggie. Oh God. I don't know, is that something you might want to do? You don't have to say yes. Today is a good day. Oh my God. Have you worked out today, Sanji? You done your squats? You gone to the gym? You work out? You stay at home, you work out? What'd you do? What'd you eat today? What's your schedule like? Do you believe that you'll live a lot, you'll live long enough to see the day that we go to Mars? What about Pluto? Do you know what a Dyson sphere is? I'm not even gonna read it. I see the poop emoji. Sanji. You know, if you're the poop guy, you may as well just lean into it and start dropping pictures of your deuces in the chat. Nah, don't do that. I might have to remove you if you start doing that. If you make me a mod, I won't time anyone out unless you say so. I believe that. Yeah. Oh, that'd be so cool. Next time, like, Piccolo or Saito or whatever he's calling himself is like, shut up, Maggie. I'm just like, hey, you might want to be careful. You might want to be careful who you're talking to. And then he just keeps going, and I'm gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna give somebody the thumbs up, and that might just mean that you might be gone for the day. You know, you don't want to do that. Actually, I think that you would actually get like a little symbol of armor next to your name, and your name would also be like blue. Brother, silly question. There's no such thing as silly questions. But if you was in the gym and you seen an older guy trying to make a newcomer feel inferior, my goodness. I hit the freaking button on my phone, on my remote now, so yay, gotta wait for this TV to load. Listen, I don't have time. I only have 1 minute and 24 seconds. Come on. I got comments to read. Motherfucker, I'm not trying to go to Amazon. You son of a bitch. Go to the input. HDMI 1. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. Oh my God. Slow TV. Make a newcomer feel inferior by bragging about his fitness and showing his ripped physique. Would you say something? Honestly, bro, I would just kind of stay out of like a whole bunch of stuff. And like there's only like a handful of times that I would actually get involved. Like I feel like if it started getting like heated and it looked like people were about to start fighting, maybe I might get involved. But I don't know. I don't think I would really get involved for that particular situation. Someone's making someone else feel inferior. You know how I would handle that? I would watch that from a distance. And because you don't want to, that's the other thing too, is you don't want to come in and like, what if the newcomer has like everybody has an ego, right? And what happens if you come up and just like rescue this guy and he doesn't feel like he wants to be rescued? He wants to fight his own battles. You know what I mean? In a sense, that kind of makes him look a little weak, or it could make him look a little weak. I don't know. I'm hesitant to like get involved in certain situations without asking questions first. But like, if I knew the situation, if I knew that this was a brand new guy that I've never seen before, and that I've actually already talked to this person, and they have clarified that they are indeed a brand new person to this gym, and I've seen this other older person who's been around forever, who like, let's say he's also known as like the guy who just like talks shit about everybody else, I would make him feel inferior in a different way. Like for me, it wouldn't be that hard. I'm taller than most people. I just have to go stand next to him, and just kind of slightly invade his space just a little bit and like get to a weight. Like look at him getting to a weight. Like I would do, like I could see myself doing petty shit, if I really cared that much about it. But honestly, I kind of just tend to stay out of people's shit. Good answer. So you think about it from different perspectives. Thanks for answering. Yeah. I know the likelihood is slim though. Yeah. Sarah did biceps and triceps. It was a good session. Heck yeah. Maggie, so good, babe. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Hey, is the boy up? Did the boy wake up, or did you just like wake up? We got home from that walk, babe, and I was trying to conclude that business that we talked about earlier, but you were asleep. Would have been the perfect timing. It's always a beautiful day when I'm here, pretty lady. Yeah. That's what I like to hear. What a punk. A different question. If you was in town and there was a homeless man outside a store, and then some youths mock him and pretend to give food only to retreat their arms back, would you say something? Again, I tend to not want to get involved in other people's stuff, and I only intervene when it's absolutely necessary. Like, I've had both ways, where it's like you defend somebody and they say thank you, and then you defend somebody and they say like, I don't need your help. You know what I mean? So it's like, I would just, if it got to a point where they seemed absolutely helpless, or, and there was like, it was escalating to a point of violence, then I might intervene. But I say I might intervene. And then, I don't know, I kind of let people handle their own battles. Because how How are people going to get stronger if they don't fight their own fights? You know what I mean? And if people are like, you know, making fun of a homeless man, then really they're just showing society that they're pieces of shit, you know? And I don't really know the full story. So it's best, I think, to just kind of keep, you know, to yourself for the most part, and then only intervene when there are extreme, extenuating circumstances. You guys exercise. I'll go and eat out. Redudu! What are you gonna have? Awesome. It wasn't like Redudu workout, it was Redudu. What are you gonna have? That's awesome. My last short was about you, Redudu. It was about you, bro. The last short that I made. Yeah, it's about you, buddy. Get some Taco Bell. Oh God, that would not make me feel good. Hey babe, is the baby, is the boy up? Is he awake? We up. That makes sense. He used to be good at that. Ow. You hit your toes. You whip your toes. I'm going on 17 hours fasting. Taco Bell sounds delicious right now, and that shit's gross. Yeah, that's some true shit. Nice. How long are you going on for your fast for? How long are you fasting for? Silly question, brother. But when I was younger, I was inspired by Bruce Lee's physique and entertainment, the dragon. Enter the Dragon. I mean, who wouldn't want that physique? My question is, were you also influenced? Yes, I was influenced by drugs. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, when I grew up, you know, I was influenced by a whole bunch of stuff. You know, but like the very first thing I ever wanted to be was a magician. And I was influenced by like David Copperfield and like The Masked Magician. There was a whole series, and I think David Copperfield was the Masked Magician. I don't quite remember. But, and like David Blaine, he's pretty cool, you know. But then, you know, really the reason why I care so much about health is pretty much my mom. She recently died at like the age of like 70. Like she made it to like 69, 70, something like that. And she was morbidly obese my entire life. She was like 350 to 400 pounds my entire life. Like I did not know her as a skinny person. She was a big person who had trouble going up the stairs, who had trouble doing anything, and she had a terrible attitude about doing things, and she always wanted the doctor to fix it. And I just decided to be the exact opposite, And she would get her information from like magazines and stuff. And so I went to school and I read books and I watched videos and stuff. And she was really why I care about health and fitness and stuff like that. But like Bruce Lee, he was cool. Arnold Schwarzenegger was pretty cool to me. Sylvester Stallone, I loved watching their feud back and forth. Jean-Claude Van Damme, like all the Hollywood actors pretty much. So yeah. I usually do 20 or 22 hours. Basically just eat too much for an hour or so. Nice. I remember the Masked Ninja. Yeah, dude. Yeah, right? Not many people really remember the Masked Ninja. I really wanted to see what he looked like. I'm pretty sure it was David Copperfield. I think the Masked Ninja, because he eventually made an episode where they were like, we're going to reveal the Masked Ninja. And then they were like, but first, we're going to review all of his tricks. And you know how he would teach you? He would show you the trick, and then he would teach you how the trick was done. And like eventually they revealed his face. And I think it was David Copperfield, but you could probably look that up real quick and see who it actually was. Damn. So you're probably old then. I honestly thought that you were like a younger person, but if you remember the Masked Ninja, you're like either my age or older. Cool. How old are you, Kingsdale? And where do you live? You're probably American too. I'm 33, brother. Oh, hell yeah. Nice. I'm 36. Yeah, bro. Cool. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Where do you live? Born 1992, UK. Okay, that's cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was born 1990. America. Yeah, right. Obviously the flag back there. But yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome, bro. Why don't you look that up? Look up who the Masked Ninja is real quick, and then get back to me. I think it was David Copperfield. That's my guess. I thought King was a bot when he came in with the well-written paragraphs. I'll look it up. I mean, yeah, he has well-written paragraphs, but minimal on the punctuation. It's not perfect. Do bots actually write? I'm not even sure. Honestly, I don't even know. I'm not even going to treat anybody as a bot. Remember that guy that showed up and I just started claiming he was a bot? And he was like, I'm not a bot, dude. And I was like, I don't know. I don't believe it. He could have been a regular person just with a really crappy, weird name. I was quite taken back about how you got into fitness. Yeah, bro. It was pretty much my mom. Yeah. And then I used to get somewhat bullied in school, so martial arts was kind of like the thing that got me out of feeling sorry for myself and feeling empowered. So, yeah, and I just want everybody else to feel empowered too, whether that's through fitness or doing martial arts or whatnot. But yeah, go look up some David Copperfield, some Masked Ninja stuff. Masked Ninja, Masked Magician. I'm dying to know now. Don't want to create a sob story. True. But I also had a difficulty in school because I have Asperger's. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, kids can be cruel, man. King, how's the weather over the pond today? Yeah, over the pond. Man, every time I think of UK, I just think of that woman that swam the English Channel. And she swam like from fucking, where was it that she swam from? But she swam the English Channel, and it took her like 3 months or some shit, or 2 months, or I don't know, a few weeks or some shit. You know? How much time do I have left? Oh, 45 seconds. Okay. It's been rainy a lot here lately here. Yes, she was amazing. Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's crazy. I love like feats like that. That is just so crazy to me. The fact that you can hold full conversations while jumping rope is wild work. Thanks. You know what's funny is I didn't want to toot my own horn, but I was like thinking in my head while I was talking, like I was like, man, I'm actually really happy with my endurance. Like, this is great. I only have one more set left. 15 more minutes. Yeah, I gotta upload my fights. My very first fights, because like every single one of them, I had energy to spare. It's like my heart and lungs are super powerful. My limbs would give out on me before my heart and lungs give out on me. So, yeah. So yeah, basically like the strength of my skeletal structure is my weakness rather than like my heart and lungs. I'm not even heavy breathing. This is like light work, lightweight. Oh man, I hope King Dale comes back with information about the Magic Man. I am sweating though. Sweat in the pits. In the pits, baby. Yeah. I always get Thursdays done faster than any other time. I feel like Thursdays I just get done so much faster. I'm like almost done. I only have 15 more minutes left to go. And honestly, my knee and my ankle, after like warming up, I feel great. I actually feel good. Sweet. It just took a little bit of time to warm up. That's how you know the workout's getting good. The burps. keep doing double leg stuff. So if I start doing single leg stuff, I might put too much pressure on my knee or my ankle. And I'm not trying to do too much. This is like my first time working out my legs in a while, so I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm not gonna try and push too hard on my legs on the first day back. Back chat is popping today, y'all. Your mom was popping last night. Oh, got 'em. Oh snap. Stupid question, brother, but they say there's no objects without a subject, no subject without objects, no me without you. That is all just oneness, one without a second. Do you agree with it? I don't really know. I mean, what I get from that whole very confusing sentence, that very confusing paragraph, is that there's duality, right? There's the observer, and then there's like the observed. I don't know. Why don't you expand on that? I think that, I think you're touching on like some sort of spirituality sort of topic. And so I'll just give you like my point of view on that. So I don't know, lately I've been kind of thinking about how I want to word these sorts of things, because ever since I started doing live streams, and I start doing like shorts and whatnot with like little message about spirituality, I get into like these arguments with people about like what God is and what we all are and what all of reality is and all this such. And it made me think to maybe be a little more careful with my words. Not necessarily that I don't speak on it, but just that I'm careful with what words I use. The description I used to give about what I think God is. So I think God is all things. So like, God is the air that I'm breathing. God is this jump rope. God is my body. God is every experience I've ever had, I'm having now, and I ever will have. And God is every experience you've ever had, every experience that you have, and every experience that you ever will have. And God exists beyond time and space. Honestly, too many people have this notion of like the word God, and it falls short. I feel like all words are of God. So I feel like almost every single word can be utilized to not fully express God, but if you're talking to the right people and the people understand your meaning by your words, you can pretty much use any words that express God, but not fully. Because if God is all things, that means God is all words. So I use words like God, intelligent infinity, the grand perspective, which just kind of means like it's the culmination of all perspectives. Like I have no idea from my perspective as a human, as like this particular human now, Drew Marshall, I have no idea what it feels like to be a rock, you know? Like the atoms that we perceive when we're looking at a rock behave a certain way. And they like come together to culminate this thing that we're the ones that put like limits to it. We're the ones that put like time and space limits to it. And like only really a rock knows what it's like to be a rock. But I don't think that a rock thinks like a human does or feels like a human does. You know, only the wind knows how the wind behaves. Like what it feels like to be the wind. You know what I mean? So we're humans. We have a better idea of what it's like to be human. And I don't know, I could talk about this shit all day. I feel like I have a very, very unique perspective. I used to have seizures, like I said earlier, and every single seizure felt exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same, they were all somewhat different, but there was this consistent theme to every single one of my seizures. And when I first started having seizures at the age of 4, I almost died several times. And eventually my seizures got milder and milder, and I stopped being in danger of death like at around like 10 or something. And I eventually grew out of them. My last seizure, I was 18, and it was so mild I actually remained conscious for it, which was crazy. But yeah, every single one of those seizures, there was a common theme, and it felt like I was this infinite thing, boundless, and I was being squished into limits. I was being squished into a limited space. And, you know, I kind of think that, you know, I think that almost every religion has some truth to it. You know, I feel like if we were to just take like the truths in every religion and bring them all together, bring them to light, I feel like there'd be a little bit more love in the world because people would understand like, oh, God, you say you believe this because of this. That makes sense. And then like stop focusing on the negative. But, so like for instance, where was I getting at? So I think, I'm not that versed on Hinduism, but I think Hinduism is the idea, or no, it's not Hinduism. Or it might be Hinduism, but what is it called? Hermetism or shit, some shit, where it's like all of reality is one living being, and all humans are like shards or pieces of the living being. And I like to take it a step further and think that like we're all kind of like God living as physical entities, and like God wants to know itself in all the ways that it can. And this is obviously like a working theory. You know, I'm always open to like more conversation about this, and it's a very interesting topic to me. But like my working theory is that we're all God living as physical entities because God wants to know itself in all the ways that it can. And one of those ways is it creates a physical universe inside of itself. And then when it experiences reality from within that physical universe, one of the rules or limits that it sets up is that it doesn't know that it's the all having this physical experience. And that's kind of what we are. We don't know that we're the all. And like having these individualized experiences, but to some small degree, I think the individualization is like an illusion. And like So like if you've ever heard of people who have near-death experiences, there was this one lady who had a stroke, and she said it was like she died and she was pronounced clinically dead. And it was like she was in the darkness with this dinky little flashlight, and being a physical being, it was kind of like you had a flashlight, and then when you die, your flashlight kind of goes out and there's darkness, and then all of a sudden it's like all of the lights in the warehouse turn on, and you see the vastness of this infinite warehouse that you're a part of, and you're like a part of this vast thing. And then they resuscitated her, and it was like all the lights in the warehouse shut down again, and she was in the dark, and then she was back to this dinky little flashlight again. And so like we can only see like what we're pointing at, you know. We can't see the whole orchestration for what it is. And I don't know, that's kind of sort of what I believe, you know. Like I said, I have a working theory, I have working theories. I'm not 100% set on anything. You know, I do think that there have been more direct incarnations of God. Like I do think that Jesus did come like as a more direct incarnation. Like God came and incarnated himself as a human, as a more direct incarnation so that he could, and he had the capacity to remember more that he was actually the all being. And I think that the Buddha and the Krishna were people that were able to raise themselves to close to this understanding. And I don't know, like I said, it's all working theories, man. Yeah, that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. I just kind of word vomited on you. I got 56. Now check it out. Yeah. Hell yeah, no quarter. That's what's up. Hell yeah. Sweet, dude. That's what I like to hear. I'm gonna hit the bell, the notification bell. I'm gonna watch your shit. Just don't do live streams at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Selfishly promoting myself and selfishly, you know. Whew. Sweet. Well, there you go. That was a 69-minute workout. Have a great day, friends. Whew. Sweet. That was 4 sets of jumping rope. I got myself a little sweaty. Nice, nice. Got some sweat on my body. Sweet, cool. Well, I'm gonna be here again tomorrow. Yo, no quarter. I hope you're still here. I got 5 pull-ups yesterday. 5. Yeah, I'm getting stronger. Sweet. Man, my calves are like blowed up. Sweet. All right. Well, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for joining me today. I'm going to be back tomorrow for 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, see you guys. Adios. Y'all take it easy. Don't forget to work out if you haven't. Adios, Maggie. See you later, Vineet. See you later, King Dale. See you later. No quarter. I'll see you in like 10 seconds, Wanderer. You the MVP, Maggie. All right, y'all. Adios.